From Hollywood royalty to nobles, from Cleopatra to Queen Elizabeth II, emeralds enchant us and fulfill our imaginations. Even now, countries and gem collectors can fight for the gem over 20 years. If you are looking for a good old tale about beautiful stones traveling from Colombian mines to the Indias and then to Europe, with the murky secrets and even shipwrecking history, then sit back, but don't relax. The green stone ring may have drawn the greatest attention when Queen Victoria received her engagement ring from her prince, making it one of the most well-liked designs in all jewelry categories throughout the Victorian era. Prince Albert also had the ring set with the young queen's May birthstone, emerald. Indeed, emeralds have even more stories than diamonds and can be priced even higher than the diamond. Elizabeth Taylor Emerald Set. Consider Elizabeth Taylor and Bulgari, who are linked by emerald and diamond jewels, a chamber in Rome's Via Condotti store named after Taylor, and a special door in the back of the store where she and Richard Burton could enter covertly and avoid the press. Taylor recalls in her book My Love Affair with Jewelry that Burton wanted to buy her a gift, and they headed over to Bulgari. She chose a step-cut Colombian emerald of 23.44 carats, created by Bulgari in 1958 as a brooch. Burton purchased it for her as a gift, and the actress wore it on their wedding day in March 1964. She soon got the emerald necklace that the brooch could be fastened to. The necklace was set with 16 step-cut octagonal emeralds, each encircled by pear-shaped and brilliant-cut diamonds, totaling an estimated 60.50 carats. She also purchased an emerald and marquise-shaped diamond zigzag bracelet and an impressive pair of diamond and emerald pear-shaped pendant earrings. For the rest of her life, and especially at some of the most significant events, she would wear items from her emerald collection as her most iconic jewels of love. Beauharnais Emeralds. In 1806 in France, Napoleon Bonaparte gifted a stunning emerald and diamond parure, known as the Beauharnais Emeralds, to his adopted daughter Stephanie on the occasion of her marriage to the Grand Duke of Baden. The emerald parure consisted of a tiara, necklace, a pair of earrings, and a pair of bracelets, and came to be known as the Grand Duchess Stephanie Emerald Parure. The fate of the necklace after her death is not exactly known. All that is left of a bigger suite are the necklace and earrings, which are currently housed in the jewelry collection of the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. The parure had rectangular-shaped stations with diamonds encircling them, and large emerald bralets hanging from a double string of mine-cut diamonds with a square-cut emerald core. Valued up to $2 million, the necklace is still a piece with puzzled history during World War II, as no one can tell for sure whether it was passed down through the Baden family or how it ended up in a museum. But long before Queen Victoria and the French royal reimagined the use of dazzling green stones, the emerald was a sacred gem used for inscription of Mughal rulers and divine prophecies. Just like this one. The Mughal Emerald. One of the most famous emeralds in the world is the Mogul Emerald, which is still considered as the most impressive yet secret stone, while the exact year of this emerald's origin is unknown. But the emerald is actually the only known emerald carved and dated during the classic Mughal period. For this reason, it has become somewhat of a standard for dating all other carved Indian emeralds. Weighing a whopping 217.80 carats, this tabular gem features engraved Arabic scripts and Shia prayers on one side, and a beautifully intricate floral carving on the other. Why would they make this inscription? In this regard, the emerald is somewhat shrouded in mystery. It isn't exactly clear who it belonged to or where it was up until the year 1958, when an American by the name of Alan Kaplan turned up in India. Ultimately, the Mughal Emerald remained in Kaplan's possession up until his death in 1998. The further fate of it was much more predictable. The Mogul Emerald fetched $2.2 million at 2001 Christie's auction. Subsequently, the Museum of Islamic Art in Doha, Qatar, received it as a donation in 2008, where it stays up until now. Chalk Emerald. Another famous emerald with a fascinating backstory is the Chalk Emerald, which weighs over 37 carats and is renowned for its deep green color and exceptional clarity. This gemstone was once owned by the royal family in India, before being sold to an American jewelry collector. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the Spanish brought several Colombian emeralds to India, including the Chalk Emerald. The stone's ownership after arrival is unknown until 1959, when the Maharaja of Coch Bihar, Jagadipendra Narayan, sold it to a British gem broker. According to Jagadipendra, his mother, Indira Devi, used to wear the stone as the focal point of an emerald and diamond necklace to different state ceremonies. It originally weighed 38.4 carats, but was recut and set in a platinum and gold ring designed by Harry Winston Incorporated, where it is surrounded by 60 pear-shaped diamonds totaling 15 carats. The Chalk Emerald is housed in the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., where it is displayed alongside other famous gemstones, like the Hope Diamond. Queen Elizabeth II's Vladimir tiara. Queen Elizabeth II's tiara was the focus of rumors surrounding Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry's 2018 royal wedding. According to British tabloids, the Duchess was advised she couldn't wear the tiara because of problems with its provenance. The tiara was damaged during transit while being smuggled out during the Revolution, so Queen Mary decided to have it restored by Gerard. She also added 15 of her own emeralds and a mechanism that would allow her to simply switch from emeralds to the original pearls. The tiara's remarkable versatility is what distinguishes it from other royal tiaras. It was deliciously flexible, and by taking off some of the pearls and diamond-encrusted construction, it could be worn in a more closed form. Mary later gave the tiara to her granddaughter, Queen Elizabeth II, who wore it often. As we gaze upon the Vladimir tiara today, we keep wondering whether it will reappear again, as we haven't seen it since the Queen's passing. Would Queen Camilla don it for state occasions? Let's wait and see. The Aga Khan Emerald. The Aga Khan Emerald broke the world record price for an emerald that had stood for nearly 13 years. It was fetched for an impressive $8.8 million at Christie's in 2024. However, what a wonderful example it is, as the untreated Colombian emerald is incredibly rare of this size, possessing both the finest green and outstanding clarity. The provenance of this piece is also very impressive, as it was commissioned at Cartier, Paris by Prince Aga Khan in 1960 as a gift for his wife Nina Dyer. Dyer and the prince married in 1957. Over the course of their marriage, the prince lavished her with splendid gifts, including the emerald brooch. The centerpiece, a 37-carat square emerald, was bordered by 20 marquee-shaped diamonds with an approximate total weight of 12.04 carats. The combination of the huge size, even green color, and high degree of transparency made it exceptionally rare. But their marriage didn't last long, and the fate of emeralds was to leave the palace walls. In 1969, the Cartier-designed brooch was sold to Van Cleef & Arpels and was later acquired by Harry Winston, who turned it into a pendant. The fact that it has passed through the hands of 3 of the greatest jewelers in the world attests to its exceptional quality. The Rockefeller Emerald. Another notable emerald with an intriguing history is the Rockefeller Emerald, an 18.04-carat gemstone that was owned by the Rockefeller family for over 65 years. When the Rockefeller Emerald came to auction in 2017, many people believed that it could become the most expensive emerald ever sold, but it was not to be. The headlines were realized when the stone was purchased by Harry Winston for $5.5 million. But its provenance makes us wonder if the stone has any hidden secrets. Its history dates back to the mines of Muzo in Colombia, famous for producing some of the most beautiful emeralds in the world. The gem is believed to have been discovered in the 1920s. Later, the story goes that this octagonal step-cut emerald was purchased by John D. Rockefeller Jr. for his wife, Abby Aldridge Rockefeller, who wore it for years as part of a brooch that was designed by Van Cleef & Arpels. The brooch was disassembled, and the stones were given to her children after her passing. After receiving the enormous center stone, her youngest son David asked jewelry designer Raymond Yard to create a ring out of it. The Atocha Star. The Atocha Star is another well-known Colombian emerald, although it never embarked on such extravagant travels as the chalk emerald. This is because the Spanish ship Nuestra Señora de Atocha sank off the coast of Florida at the beginning of the 17th century. The few people who survived the shipwreck claim that there was gold, silver, and, of course, emeralds in the ship's cargo. The majority of the 60 to 70 pounds of wealth was found on the sea floor, and only in 1985 did a team of divers find 6 pounds of the centuries-old ship cargo. The Atocha Star, a well-known 12.72 carat emerald, was one of the jewels that the Atocha had retrieved. An emerald estimated to be worth between $3.2 and $5 million had another wrecking surprise. First, the product of a shipwreck, the Atocha Star, a preserved uncut stone, was faceted to less than half its size. In 2016, the gemstone, set in a solid gold eagle statue, was stolen and is still missing. The heist occurred in the street while it was being loaded into a vehicle. Isn't it a mysterious emerald? Art Deco Emerald Brooch. One of the brooches designed by Cartier has a long intertwining history with jewels of Maharajas. Jacques Cartier had famously traveled to India at the beginning of the 20th century to sell jewels and accept royal orders from the extremely rich Maharajas. Cartier bought gemstones there and used them to create significant pieces of Art Deco jewelry, like this brooch. The exceptional piece is designed as hexagonal carved emerald of 88.03 carats, with circular cabochon carved emerald of 15.65 carats, oval cabochon emeralds, square and old-cut diamonds, with inclusion of black enamel. This carved brooch, which was on display at the Grand Palais in Paris, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the Victoria and Albert Museum, brought $1.45 million at the Christie's Maharajas and Mughal Magnificent sale in 2019. Stotesbury Emerald. But now let's jump to the days of heiress Evelyn Walsh McLean, who once traded her precious emerald for the Hope Diamond. Could a mere emerald compete with the historic blue diamond? The green Colombian gem had been discovered by Pierre Cartier in 1908, as made into a personalized necklace for Evelyn Walsh McLean, a mining heiress. Pierre Cartier returned to McLean 2 years later with the now famous Hope Diamond, an even more remarkable stone for that time. The socialite apparently loved what she saw, and the two allegedly decided that the necklace with the emerald and the Star of the East would be included in the price for the massive 45.52 carat blue gem. However, the sale turned out to be quite sumptuous. According to Sotheby's, the title of the Hope Diamond was officially transferred in 1912 after a bitter court battle between Cartier and the McLeans, and the hexagon-shaped emerald since belonged to the design house. Socialite Eva Stotesbury then purchased the stone and had Cartier modify her uncomfortably shaped diamond and emerald tiara into a suite of jewelry that included earrings and a necklace in addition to the diadem. The necklace's focal stone was this emerald, which eventually came to bear her name, Stotesbury Emerald. In 1946, Harry Winston purchased the suite and once again redesigned the jewelry, creating the ring we see today. But how much does it cost? In 2017, the emerald ring was sold for $1 million. We are not surprised at all that some emeralds have more intricate history than the diamonds. And why not? Just think of the Egyptian queen Cleopatra, who had an obsession for emeralds and utilized the mines in Egypt to her advantage. Moreover, Egyptians believed that emeralds symbolize eternal youth and rebirth, and often buried their dead with emeralds to bring into the afterlife. If you were given $1 million, would you buy a diamond or an emerald? Write down your answer below. We're interested to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to follow our channel for a grip of new dazzling stories. Thank you for watching.